Today we're going to add a chapter to the training video, available, as most of you already know by now, on YouTube, to help with an issue we've been having out in the field, battery related. Weak batteries, dead batteries, difficulty getting the vehicle started. And I'm hoping after I finish this presentation we can minimize your battery issues. I'm going to start with a scenario where we've got a vehicle that you don't plug in end of day. It's out of use, it's not connected, short cord's not connected. You're going to want to be sure in that situation that you have both the aux battery disconnect, the aux battery's off, located here upper left corner of your 12-volt panel. You should be familiar with the 12-volt panel above the windshield. So you want your aux battery disconnect, have those batteries off. That's one of two of the dual battery system. And you're going to want to have the chassis batteries, also known as the engine start batteries, also turned off for your vehicle that's out of use. Chassis batteries, forward left under compartment of the vehicle. And here's the switch, right up here upper left corner. Make sure that your chassis batteries are off. If the vehicle is out of use for an extended period, sitting out in the corner of a parking lot somewhere, driver on vacation, or you just don't need this particular vehicle for some time, you are going to want to find a power source where you can plug the short cord in. This is what the short cord adapters look like. Going to be in the compartment where you store the long, I think it's about 25 to 30 feet long short cord. You're probably not going to be able to have 50 amps, so you're going to have to adapt the end of the short cord. First adapter there takes it down to 30 amps. Probably won't have 30 amps either. Put the last adapter on here, and you take it down to 15 amps. Everybody should be able to find a 15 amp receptacle to plug it in. Once you have the short cord plugged into 15 amps, you will be able to keep the batteries happy, charge the battery. You may not remember, if you haven't been using the short cord, on where the short cord connects. And again, this is over on the driver's side of the vehicle. Loosen this cap and you'll see a place where you plug in the end of your short cord. To do that, remember you've got the short cord plugged in, green light here will be on, short cord main breaker will be up, and you want to have these two breakers on. Chassis battery conditioner, and over on the right side, aux battery charger. So to repeat, short cord plugged in through the adapters to 15 amp source, light will be on, chassis battery conditioner on, aux battery charger on. You want to do that, again, to help minimize running down of the batteries. We're talking leaving it in that scenario for about 48 hours. And repeat that every couple weeks for those of you that are parking your vehicles and don't have a convenient way to every night plug them in. These are your auxiliary batteries. They are located in the under compartment, passenger side near the rear. They are not a sealed battery. They require maintenance. You're going to have to frequently, when you're checking out the vehicle, doing some routine servicing, release this latch. There's a slide tray here. Slide these aux batteries out. Remove the caps at the top, and you'll be able to look down in there in each cell. You'll be able to look down in and see if they are low on water or electrolyte. And then you will have to, if they're low, as needed, you will have to bring that water level up to what you'll see a split ring down in there. As they're full, you can tell when they're full, and repeat that as needed to extend the life of these aux batteries to the point of, if you totally run them dry, you could end up even having to replace the batteries. The next scenario we're going to talk about is failure to start. After you have both the chassis battery, aux batteries, situation where you can't get either the battery systems to start the generator or the engine. You're going to want to try to press and hold the battery boost switch. Left side of the dash, unfortunately in the picture here it's not labeled, but that is the switch. Left side of the dash should say battery boost. It's a momentary switch, meaning that you have to press and hold it. This is if you've turned the ignition key on, you either get a clicking sound or a very slow cranking engine not starting, or you've tried to start the generator with the same result. So press and hold the battery boost and attempt to restart. Engine still won't start, might need a helper. One person holding the battery boost switch, the other person pressing the generator start switch, attempt to get the generator started. If in fact the generator now starts, even though the engine didn't start, the generator has started. Turn on generator main breaker, both the battery charger breakers that we just talked about, and give a adequate length of time of the generator running, get the batteries charged up, and your problem is resolved. If you still can't get, or you still have been unsuccessful, either to get the generator or the engine started, we have one more thing we can try. In the passenger side rear under compartment of the vehicle, you will see this red battery switch and this yellow emergency parallel switch. You're going to want to turn the red switch fully clockwise to the on position, and the yellow emergency parallel switch, this one you have to push in on and turn clockwise. Push in, turn it fully clockwise to the manual on position. And then go back inside the vehicle and attempt a restart. After you're finished with that procedure and the restart, be sure to remember this thing, you just, by pushing in on it and turning it clockwise, you have locked it in the on position. It's a motorized switch, both of these are motorized. This one you want to be sure to turn it back because you've locked it. Turn it back in a counterclockwise direction to auto on, and then from that point on both of them will take care of themselves. If all of the above fails and you're not able to get the generator or the engine started, you're going to have to locate jumper cables and with proper connection to the chassis batteries get the vehicle started with jumper cables. Another scenario that you can get into while you're attempting to get the vehicle started is that you can blow the heavy-duty fuse. And we'll take a look on where that's located. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to show you where it's located. Right above, this is now we're looking at the driver's side of the vehicle, forward under compartment. That's your heavy-duty fuse holder. Same place we were when we were looking for the chassis battery disconnect, right up here in the corner. So now you know where it is. To replace that fuse, you're going to look in the opening there, and the metal strip in there, if it's blown, should be obvious looking in that hole. You'll then want to take these 4 screws out, remove the cover, and once the cover is removed with the 4 screws, you're going to loosen these 2 stud nuts, and it will allow you to take out the blown fuse and replace with a new fuse. You want to be careful because you're working in an area that's right above the chassis batteries. Make sure that nothing conductive inadvertently falls down on top of the chassis batteries and shorts out the batteries or cause you to draw an arc.